Hi everyone, welcome back. I want to first start off by saying I am going to be talking about a topic that is not anything new to the world. It is basically all around us every day in extreme ways lately. So if talking about alcoholism or addiction is something that you rather not listen to, then by all means, you can click off this video and check out any of my other videos. But if it's something you can relate to or would just like to hear my story, then stay tuned, because I am kind of just vlogging a little bit about just some recent activity that's been happening in my life, but that is in connection with something that's been going on in my family life for the last decade, and increasingly getting worse in the last half of a decade. And tonight something had happened, and since I've started this channel and been really trying to work on the channel for the past couple of weeks, I'm trying to document things that are important to me, and things about me and in my life, along with the general Dollar Tree hauls and the CVS deals and the Walgreens deals and the coupons and the freebie alerts and all of those other things and the DIYs. But this is a little bit more personal, and I just want to put it out there. If it's something that you're interested in, then stay tuned and hit that subscribe button, and you'll get to see more of me. If you hit the bell next to the subscribe button, you'll know every time that I post a video. Please hit the like button, comment below if you have any questions, any concerns, any ideas for videos. But this is just going to be a real reality of my life type of story. So for the last decade, I have been a daughter of an extreme alcoholic. That's my opinion. Bottom line, she's an alcoholic. The last 5 years have been quite extreme. So extreme that she, in August, had tried to stop on her own, and she had fallen very ill. She, in essence, was suffering from the end stages of cirrhosis of the liver, and that's how she found out. She had extreme jaundice, was sick in bed, and actually unable to drink. That's how sick she was. So I am an only child, and I am also, there really is no family. She has, no family, so I'm the only one that's in her life to take care of her and get her through all of this. And it has been an extreme task. Daughter or not, it is still work. I love her. Of course, I'll do it, but it is not as easy as I thought it was going to be. And she has been getting sick in between, aside from all the medications that she's on. She seems to, get infections easy, and in her case, those things can, be catastrophic. So she is she's officially on the transplant list, but that is not something that happens overnight. It also changes from visit to visit. When you go see, she's in Manhattan. When she goes to see these doctors, she's at a high level of care in Manhattan. Here in New York is, the top doctors. And she gets graded on a scale of how sick she really is and how pertinent it is for her to get that liver. So there could be times that she's, scaling on a better level than she was, 6 weeks prior to that, and then so her name drops down and someone else takes precedence over that because they might be scoring a little bit, not better but sicker than she is. So just this past week, she was suffering with some fevers, low grade, Nothing extreme, but they were like on and off. She's always cold, so that, can't really say anything there, but of course she was cold, and her appetite wasn't so great. But we really didn't think much of it. She doesn't really have the edema like she was just completely swollen in the legs, from knee to ankle, and the ankle and the foot. Her stomach has that almost permanent, like when somebody has liver disease, they get that protruding belly. She has that permanent look, and there is some fluid in there, but they just give her a bunch of water pills and things like that, and she takes them daily along with everything else, and you maintain it. However, it is sitting very high on the breastbone. I have noticed that she had went in for a test that she needed to have on record, and when she changed her clothes, I noticed how high underneath the breasts that her belly was protruding out. And I was kind of watching, and writing down notes like I always do on how her eating habits were, and how much she's going to the bathroom and bowel movements. Not that anybody wants to hear that, but I was keeping a record of things. Blood pressure, the coughing and things like that. And I needed to go away this weekend to my fiance's family. I needed to take care of some things. And of course, the one weekend I go, she ends up falling very ill. She tells me, I'm really sick. I'm freezing. I can't move. So she asked me to come home a day earlier. I told her no problem. I was actually planning on coming home anyway, today's Sunday. So, I speak to her, and I tell her, I'll be home around 7 o'clock. So I get on the road, and I pull in my driveway, and my house is completely dark. So I run in, and I'm screaming, "Ma, Ma." Of course, my heart's racing, because anytime since this has happened, if the TV's not on, and if I'm here by myself, and my fiance's not here, and if she turns the light and TV off, and she don't answer me, my first thing is I'm gonna walk in there and she's dead. That is the worst feeling that anyone, I can only imagine anyone approaching, a loved one, a friend, anything. But to be in the home by yourself, and this is your mother, she's not even 55 years old, now looks 75 years old. This has completely took its toll on her in such a short time. But that was my first thing. So I'm like, "Ma," I'm screaming. And she had mentioned that if she didn't feel good enough, and I said the same thing, call an ambulance. I just would have assumed that she would have said, she would have called me and said, "I'm calling an ambulance. I'm really sick." She didn't. She wasn't here. And so now I'm trying to, retrieve, where she could be. She, didn't leave any notes. She didn't take the cell phone. So I happened to notice that there was a number on the caller ID that I didn't recognize. I called back, and I said, somebody called my house. She goes, "Yes, I'm a nurse here at this hospital. Your mother's here. Let me go get her." So she puts her on the phone. So I went up there, and basically the bottom line is she again is she has an infection. They also said she has to have that fluid. The fluid is so far up, it's pressing and pushing up the lung, and that's what's giving her the extreme difficulty to breathe. I mean, I was in the room with her a short time. I needed to clean her up. She needed to use the bedpan, and the way I guess she was laying, she's yelling, "I can't breathe, I can't breathe." You had the two up her nose, but she's yelling for us, and we're lifting her up, lifting the bed up. So basically they admitted her, and they are putting her in ICU. And I just, my whole thing for this is just to get it out there. It's to get it off my chest. It's to give you guys awareness. If anyone's watching this that has an alcohol or addiction problem, this is real. It's nothing to frown upon. It is not anything that you can't tackle. Get yourself some help and get yourself out of it, because my mother was a hardworking woman. She could run circles. You know, she's been working with mentally ill people for 40 years in a mentally ill hospital, taking care of the worst criminals. I mean, she's really had a great career. She has been a wonderful mother. You know, she had it all, you know. I mean, she's a single woman, you know, got money in the bank. She's got a beautiful home. You know, her bills are paid on time. I mean, she was a functioning alcoholic, but it got so bad so quick, and now she's so sick and probably going to lose it all at such a young age. It's a very good possibility, and I've come to terms with this. That's why I'm not sitting here in tears. Plus, I have talked about this to my own, you know, therapist, to my own, you know, fiance, and it's possible that she won't get to see me get married and watch, you know, my grandchildren, her grandchildren, and watch me have children and be a part of all of that. That's a very good possibility that might be her consequence. She didn't get any DWIs. Knock on wood, she didn't kill anybody. She didn't have all of those kinds. She didn't go broke. She didn't lose her job. She didn't have those kind of consequences. She could very well be now paying with her life. And so, for those of you, anyone watching, pass this along. You know, it's just a bit of knowledge, a bit of experience, you know, from someone who's experiencing it with their family. I've had a cousin who has passed away from pill addiction. It's horrible, and it's horrible for a family to watch, and I can only imagine how hard it is for the actual person themselves. So I just want to put it out there. You know, I mean, I definitely don't judge anyone. So, you know, hopefully this sheds a little light on alcoholism for you guys out there. I'm hoping that my mother can, you know, get rid of this infection and work through this and get her transplant, and hopefully her body takes to it and she'll be able to lead somewhat of a decent quality of life. And that's all I can, you know, pray for. So I just wanted to put this out there. Again, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, opinions, any stories you'd like to share with me, comment below. I would greatly appreciate it. I would love to hear them. I'll, of course, answer you back. And hit the like button. I know it helps the channel out. Please subscribe for more of these videos, for my DIYs, my CVS deals. I'm going to be hitting CVS tomorrow. Of course, I usually go on Sundays. And I'll let you know all the good stuff I get. There is a coupon out there for the Speed Stick. It's a BOGO. They have it 2 for $5. Plus, you might get a CRT if you go to the red box for $2 off of 2 Speed Sticks. So you would get the $2 off of the 2 for $5. Plus, you would use 2 BOGO coupons, and you would get a $4 ECB in return. So you'd pay like next to nothing, if anything at all. So I'm just throwing that out there, a little bit of light information. And hit that subscribe button, and I hope to see you back. So, okay, everyone, take care, have a nice night, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.